Hello everyone, I hope you are good. We're going to talk today about the possibility of cryptocurrency becoming a little bit worse price-wise over the next coming months. Stick around. Hey everyone, welcome back. Thank you for subscribing, hitting that bell button, all kinds of good stuff. Please continue to do so. My numbers are coming down, i.e. my non-subscribed members, which is good. So, on the screen, 2020 stock market crash. We're a bit early for this, I think. Ultimately, obviously, if things are serious, there's always a Wikipedia page, even though anyone can edit this. But let's talk about it because I think it's going to get a lot worse for crypto in terms of price. I think people are going to panic a little bit further. I think 6k regions is good at the moment. We've obviously wicked all the way down to 3.8. Relief rallies happened. Looks like a rejection of the 7k. I'm going to come on to the chart in a minute, so stick around, you might learn something. But let's talk about my opinions, my thoughts, my theories, okay? This is huge, cataclysmic drops. Looking at the pictures, looking at how, oh my god. Look, it's pretty bad, isn't it? It looks like an altcoin has gone on to Binance, and that's a 1 minute chart. That's what it looks like at the moment. It looks pretty horrible. There's been some record breaking lows. Now, the catalyst is, I'm afraid to say it, the coronavirus. I think, though, it is a distraction. I think 11-year bull run was about to end in the stock market. It's been propped up for the last 2 years alone by Donald Trump saying certain things and certain elements within that which is too complicated to even explain on YouTube right now. But let's just talk about a few little things first. People are losing money. People also have investments in cryptocurrency, they have it in property, they have it in other companies as well. They're going to start selling when the shit hits the fan, because that's kind of what millionaires and billionaires and trillionaires do. It's kind of the way the world goes. They're going to panic, they're going to go, fuck, I've just lost 20% of 2 million. Well, you do the math for that, it's quite a lot of money. And that's what some of my people that I know in the cryptocurrency space have had over the last coming weeks, with going from 10k all the way down to 3.8, literally going, I've lost 6 figures in a week. I've lost it in overnight. It's great. Yeah, I can relate as well. It's fucking not nice. But I think it's going to get a lot worse. But for us, I want to make this a bit neater for you. And, you know, yes, you. As a retail investor, this is your moment. This is your moment to shine. I'm going to show and explain some things as into why I believe this as well. So when you look at these record-breaking lows, right, they are freaking nasty. Right, these are huge. I mean, end of market on the 28th. Whoa, it was like one of the worst days ever. We've had the worst decline since 2008. We've had some worst declines since 1986 regions, I think, on some of the indices. So it's pretty horrendous. Black Thursday here. It's disgusting. It is really bad, and we've never experienced this as a cryptocurrency kind of investor, as a all kinds of stuff within the financial markets of forex as well. I've never experienced anything like this because 2008 I was a little kid, funny enough. I'm not that old, don't worry. So yeah, it's all new to me, and it's really, really good to learn and look at. So let's look at the Bitcoin chart. But what I want to say, before I go on that, I want to say one thing first. I think the Bitcoin and the cryptocurrency market will get heavily manipulated in the next coming months. I think that personally, what I think is we're going to drop it. And I think institutional investors who have lost money in the stock market will put money into crypto when it's lower, possibly pop it up a little bit, and then possibly sell. A little bit of manipulation might be on the offing. Now, the word manipulation, I hate using it because it's usually a sign of a bad trade going wrong. And when you see people on Twitter say, oh, manipulation can't me, it's usually a bad trade. But we've seen something last night which was interesting, well, I want to explain about in terms of the pattern. But ultimately, if a stock market broker or a freaking company or whoever individual who's got an interest in crypto have held crypto for a good few years, they are going to sell their bags to cover losses. That's kind of the main thing, isn't it? I would, personally. Same with gold. People are liquidating gold. That's another topic on itself. But with that, you got the problem is, well, if it gets low enough, retail investors are going to probably maybe sell, but also some of the strong hands, myself included, a few other people that I know would buy. That's a good position for us, and I'm going to explain that in a bit more detail in a sec. So we may find a lot of money going to the market at low levels, i.e. 3k, maybe a bit lower, who knows. So be mindful for that. So don't just plan that it's going to be pink and fluffy from now on because the stock market could start moving up again. No, the rest of the virus and all kinds of panic selling isn't here yet. In Europe, it hasn't actually physically hit like the peak. So there's going to be more businesses that won't be able to open. There's going to be more businesses that could potentially go bust. They're going to have a knock-on effect with supply and demand and all kinds of resources. That will then bring shareholding prices down even further, bringing us into a further lull, a further drop in the market value. So that's what I'm thinking anyways. That's my personal thoughts. I'm going to move on now. So this is Bitcoin. Hello, Bitcoin. This is a previous rally. This is a previous run. So this is obviously the turn. This is all, by the way, I want to say this right now. Fibonacci, fucking learn it. It's still the best thing in the world of trading, right? Why? Oh, should I explain it to you and make a longer video? I'll do a video on another day. If you want a video on the Fibonacci, I'll do one. Anyways, looking at this level here, obviously we rolled over back into this level. This is a freaking cataclysmic drop. But I'm going from this level here because when you start doing little bits of like, a little bit, I'm not going to go too deep, don't worry. When you start putting that on there, right, we retraced this move down to the 0.5, right? We had a bit of a prop up. We will then hit the entry point. Now the entry point on this, would you believe, right? Just to let you know what the entry point would be on this. The entry point I think was a 0.382 on the nose, right? Bang, boom, off we go. Continuation of the trend. The retest, everyone getting on the retest, not the breakout, the retest, because this is a continuation of the trend going downwards. Now we've had a relief rally. Zoom in on this level here onto the nice grey candles. Now you are going to see a key area. The 0.618, the golden ratio, right? We wicked and tapped that last night. Actually, let me just move that just a little bit because that is not perfect. It is now. Perfect, both sides. Absolutely beautiful. So, what does this mean? This means that people were, obviously, the buy orders were coming in at these levels, were propped back up, but went all the way up to the key psychological level, the Fibonacci, which is the 0.618. Please do further research. When you put your crosshair on this chart and do this, and just look, plonk it there, and you keep zooming out, keep zooming out, keep zooming out. This is a key level. Key level of support and resistance. It doesn't take a fucking rocket scientist to work out that this area here is a key level. The 7,000 region. You could probably say the $7,000 psychological level. Bitcoin likes round numbers. Remember that. If you're going to remember anything, 6K, 8K, 9K, 10K, 13K, 14K, 20K. Remember the round numbers. And if you want to be really anal about it, put your crosshair on 10K. Alright, if you want to be really anal about it, just look at it. Look at that level, right? Look at it. Perfect. Right, look at where the wicks are going on here. Look at where things have stopped and turned around. Look at where that wick is there. Look at where this wick here is. It's perfect. Anyways, enough of that. I'm going on a tangent. So, I think this is the end of the relief rally of this drop. So, whenever you got a downtrend, you have relief rally. Bang, drop, bang. I think we're going to roll over. We already have rolled over, let's be honest. We were at 7K yesterday, for fuck's sake. Potentially coming down, right? So I put a bias of a bearish sentiment the other week. People didn't like it. I was 1,800 levels. We could go down to 400 if it gets really bearish. I know you're going to be commenting going, I would pay, actually no, right? I would pay great money to see people's reactions to some of my videos, just for a laugh. Because I do everything raw. I don't edit things out. I don't cut things. If I put a mistake in, I tend to leave it in there. If I fuck up with something, I want to see if people notice that I say something wrong. People do. It's funny. Anyways, also another thing. Someone commented about my swearing yesterday. Don't really care. It's my channel. If you don't like it, go away. Anyways, so this is going to obviously key confluence area. This is a rejection zone. When you start looking at the lower time frames on this level, wicked in, off we go, my friend, Sonny Jimbo. Now, it's a key level, but when you start looking at chart patterns and candles and candlestick levels, that is an absolute rejection. Look how close it is to that level. It's like, oh, it's so close. But it's a perfect rejection zone. You're looking at it, this holds a support for a little bit, it comes back down, then it obviously drops. But when you look at this bearish engulfing candle, This is a real key sign that confluence has been confirmed with that level. That a massive wick has hit it, it's rejected. Now this is a big massive bearish signal anyways. This candle, it's a bearish engulfing candle. It's literally wiped out that candle, and the wick has wiped out this candle as well. It's pretty horrible. And again, obviously this is another confirmation sign here. This bearish engulfing candle fall below the next Fibonacci level, and then off we go. We're into this level. So this is the next support level here. You could have a potential relief rally up to this region here possibly, but we'll see. It depends on how far things go. But this is a weekend. Anything can happen on weekends. When you start looking at the higher time frames, a little bit on like the likes of the 4 hour, this is an absolute perfect candle. Look at that. Perfect candle. Telling you this shit is going to roll over. Look at it. Massive weight to the upside. Roll. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy once you start looking at candle patterns. Look at the RSI as well. Telling you we're in overbought conditions of potential confluence. So it's looking likely we're going to roll over to the downside very soon. Don't know when, next couple of days, possible. But when you start looking at analysis of all this kind of malarkey or Bitcoin stuff, it is quite hard to gauge Bitcoin. It is a bit of a rogue trader. It's a bit fucking naughty. So these candles are very indecisive at the moment. Yesterday was unbelievable in terms of that daily level. Unbelievable, like fish wick in here, right the way down to 5-6 region, which is huge fish wick. So what's basically happened here, when you actually debunk this and you start looking at this level here from here to here, this is an area, it's a fish wick. It's an area to rule and get people out of the market very quickly. Remove their positions to get your own position in, to either get higher shorts in for a drop, or the opposite way around, going from the drop point up to the top region here. These drops are huge, by the way. They're absolutely massive, so be careful of that. So if you went from this bottom here and you think, right, we're going to dump the market, boys and girls, and we're going to get some nice low orders in, or the opposite way around is you're going to short from a high level of a key level, the 618 for example, and you're going to then liquidate all the people that were going long, and then you're going to rebuy back at these levels here. Very easy, and obviously we're back to a normal rate now. It's cheeky, isn't it? So I hope this video does help in some understanding, but let's talk about longer term targets. I know this is going to be a bit of a long one and a bit deep. So we got all this level here. Now this is what I'm thinking, right? I don't want to upset people. I don't want to make you cry, but we could go down to 2,300. Now there is a fucking lot of orders down here. I know there's a lot of orders, and I know people are going to comment and go, no, all this stuff with halving, all this stuff with the stock flow ratio, doesn't matter. This is crypto. Anything can fucking happen with crypto, and I mean that. So this is the bottom. You can mark that out in your chat if you want. 3,117, I believe, give or take, in and around that region. That's a definite bottom. But I think we're going to go to at least 3.8 in the next coming weeks. That's my thoughts. I am bearish at the moment. I'm not massively bearish. I'm still holding Bitcoin. I've just got a lot of equity left over to put loads in Tether at these levels. My opinion, right, I want to talk about investment levels, right? Let's do this quickly. If you are buying Bitcoin, right, and I mean this wholeheartedly, if you are buying Bitcoin below this level, where we are right now, this key level, you are doing it correctly. If you're buying Bitcoin above 7K, my opinion is I think you're getting it wrong. I think you're getting investing wrong. You must buy at the lows and sell and take profits at the highs. Simple as that. So your cutoff point, in my opinion, even if you draw a line, a massive big fuck off line from $6,000 and put big thing arrow going, buy only down here, right? It's like going to the supermarket. When when you've got like that nice thing that you buy as a treat, but you don't buy it when it's full price. You got to think of it like that. I know that sounds daft. Ethereum is the same. Anything below $200, in my opinion, is a screaming buy. Maybe 150 if you want to be really tight. So look at that and think mindset, right? I'm in an investment mindset here. I want to buy a stock or a crypto or anything, a car at a certain level. Don't be put off by the FOMO of levels, because what happens? Well, in every market, what goes freaking up here comes back down. This, by the way, I'm going to do it. I'm going to put it on the chart. I'm going to blow your mind a little bit. So when you're looking at retracements, right? When you're looking at rally retracements, and I've just kind of showed you one there. On a larger scale, on the weekly time frame, if you do this, right, from the bottom to the top, I wanted to show you where the market. Let me just get it right and make sure. Look at that. Look at that. So we retraced. Obviously, the other way around, you'd retrace and you look to like enter little moves in around these levels. Anyways, I'll do it the proper way around. When you look at this like that, for example, as you can see the structure, yeah, cool, makes sense, cool. Anyways, when you look at the retracement of a drop, a huge cataclysmic drop, there's always going to be a retracement of a drop. Likewise, if things go up, it's always going to retrace. If you were putting your bets on a $13,000 region as a potential area, you wouldn't be mad. You'd be thinking to yourself, well, this is possible. This could happen. Remember, crypto could always happen. And sometimes it do. When it does happen, you look like a fucking genius. But look at that. That is your absolute bread and butter going, this is a shorting point. Even if you look at the 11k region where the candle body's closing, you press the short button, bang. There you go. Today's video is done. It's a long video. It's a weekend. Fuck it, why not? Everyone's bored. I apologise. I know everyone's on lockdown and stuff, but why not? So when you look at the deeper picture, at this smaller phase here on the weekly time frame, it looks pretty mental. I know it's a very, very small structure, but when you start delving deeper into the daily, I think this is a definite valid play. I think minimum 4.8 is a definite level that will get breached at some point. Maybe this weekend if things get pretty ugly. Obviously you got this level here and potentially lower. I cannot see. If it does do that, go all the way down there, I will eat my hat, right? I freaking will eat my hat. Not to say that it won't happen. I've got that on record now on this video on the 21st of March, right? If we go down to 484, I will be going to sell people's cars that I do not actually own to buy Bitcoin because I think that'll be scary. Remember one thing though, everyone remember this please. This price action, in my opinion, is temporary due to the financial climate that we are in right now. People don't know what to do with their money, people don't know where to put it, people don't know what to buy or invest with it. We, as retail investors, can make some incredible gains if we buy at correct levels and are patient. That is not financial advice. There's always risk with this. But as long as you're using money that you can afford to lose and you understand what Bitcoin is and you understand what the risks and the rewards are of this game, look below 6k. If you can get an order in at 3k, 4k or even lower, in 5 years time you have no idea what you've got on your hands. Same with the likes of XRP. I will do a video on XRP soon. Same with the likes of Ethereum. You just don't know what you're going to get in the next 10 years. It's worth trying it and you can always take profit at any point.